Toronto police confirmed 3 people were arrested on Saturday during a demonstration on the Avenue Road Bridge. Investigators tell us a number of people showed up at the overpass to participate in the demonstration, and police say people were given the opportunity to leave the bridge, but some refused, which led to the arrests. The bridge has been shut down to traffic on at least 3 previous occasions for protests. So this is something that conversation has continued the last few days, and these arrests come just days after Toronto Police Chief Myron Demkiw banned all demonstrations on this Midtown bridge, citing public safety concerns. But what are the rights of protesters when it comes to peaceful public demonstrations? We're joined now by Noah Mendelsohn-Aviv, Executive Director and General Counsel for the Canadian Civil Liberties Association. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good to be here.
Thank you. I'm just looking to get your reaction first on the ban. Should police be the ones to make this decision?
You know, I think police have a duty ad hoc to address safety concerns and other concerns in the moment, but an ongoing decision about freedom of expression and shutting it down, to my mind, it is not a role that police should be playing. Police police have a threefold responsibility. They need to protect individual and community safety. They need to ensure that there's, an appropriate flow of traffic, although sometimes we do shut down traffic for parades and protests and events. And they need to protect fundamental rights and freedoms. But sometimes police are focused on their public safety responsibilities. And so allowing them to make decisions about when to shut down freedom of expression is not getting the right distribution of responsibility in a free and democratic society. That's a decision that should be made, if it's ongoing and long-term, by the city, by the authorities, who should be weighing in and allowing for public participation on those conversations as well.
So on one hand, you have police citing public safety. You also have the Jewish community who says they feel unsafe. And then there are also residents who say that this is an unconstitutional police ban and that it's their community too. So how do we balance all of this?
Yeah. So the balance starts in a free and democratic society with the fact that we have a fundamental right to freedom of expression, to lawful protest, to peaceful assembly, and any limit on that has to be justified and necessary by police or by whoever is setting that limit, and it needs to be as minimal as possible. So, for example, if police feel it's necessary to restrict a protest, but they can limit it to the sidewalk, or they can limit the numbers of people who are involved, or they can only shut down the non-rush hour lane of traffic, those are all minimal ways of ensuring that they are trying to accomplish, for example, the flow of traffic or address other concerns. In terms of what safety means, we have to be very careful. The feelings and the concerns and fears that people might have don't necessarily amount to a real safety issue. And a prohibition that can lead to arrest is a very serious restriction on freedom of expression, and we're concerned about that.
The CCLA also plays a role in educating the public. You talk about when dealing with police, it's important to know what your rights are. What should people know?
Well, that's a complicated question because there's a great deal to know, and having a right of freedom doesn't mean that you can necessarily feel safe or comfortable to exercise it in the moment. We do have some Know Your Rights information on the CCLA website, both in terms of police stops in relation to racial profiling and in relation to rights of protesters.
Okay, Noah, thank you so much for this. Thank you for taking the time to chat with us. That's Noah Mendelsohn-Aviv with the Canadian Civil Liberties Association.